Hey everybody, what's shaking today? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, thanks for swinging by. If you're a regular subscriber, thanks for watching. Behold, my next little project. Now guys, if you've known me for more than the 30 seconds this video has now been playing, you know that I'm kind of a Massey Ferguson guy. I'm not much of a Farmall guy, but I made an exception today. This poor little tractor here, she kind of holds near and dear to my heart. Some 25 years ago, this very tractor used to live in that very barn right there. Yep, this was my uncle's, and when he passed away, it went to another uncle. And when he passed away, it went to a cousin. In a very roundabout way, 25 years later, it made its way back here, back home where she belongs. Now, in that 25 years, it only ran once. So, needless to say, she has been sitting a very, very, very long time. So today, what we need to do, jam it into the old barn over there. Maybe some of my uncle's spirit will rain down and help us work on this. If wrenches go flying across the barn, I'll know that he's nearby, because that's just how he was. Anyway, let's bring this old turd back to life. All right, guys, let's do a walk around on this rig here before I get it inside there, you know, where it's out in the sun and we can see it. Now, I looked at the serial number there. From the best recollection I can tell, and I found some pretty good stuff online. This was built sometime in September of 1948. He's missing a few pieces. There's been stuff robbed on and off of it over the years, I'm sure, but well, we'll just have to address everything. Starter's off. I do have the starter. They were able to find it. Definitely hasn't seen an oil change, and realistically it hasn't really been driven or used in at least 25 years, so that oil's at least that old, probably older, because when my uncle passed, I'm sure he wasn't out here changing the oil on this the day before it happened. Maybe he did, I don't know. Kind of an eccentric guy, so I guess anything's possible. Carburetor was removed. I was able to find that in a box, so that's good. And the linkage. That tire wouldn't take air. That one doesn't look too bad though. I mean, aside from the weather checks, I mean, it looks like the newest tire on the whole tractor. She's not in awful shape. It's been under a roof. Been sitting in the back of a pole barn all this time, so I mean, I guess that's all right. We'll have to redo the entire electrical system, because that's all, yeah, nothing I can do with that. This tire had been flat for a long time. We were able to get this tire to take some air. You can see here where the tire was sitting flat and all the gear oil leaked out of that seal all over the, I'm guessing that's, yeah, 80, 90 or straight 90 or whatever they use in the rear end of these things. Some extra parts and pieces in here. Got a valve for something. Must have been a radiator cap, I don't know. But yeah, that's, oh, and interesting too. Now, I know Farmall A's don't necessarily have a drawbar like this, but this has this one. I don't know if this is something my uncle did or what, but I would imagine it would have to be. That's PTO. Yeah, it's kind of a cool little tractor. Should make for a fun project for me. But anyway, let's get a Massey out and jam this thing in the barn over there. Well, there, she's in. Maybe not the greatest way to get it in there, but when you work by yourself, what do you have? You. Let's get to it. Alrighty guys, well let's just jump right on in here. This thing needs a pretty fair amount of attention before I'm even gonna consider that it might start. So I'm just gonna concentrate on this side of the tractor first. If I don't have spark, it won't bark. So that's the first. That's the hardest part. Carburetors are easy. Fuel system's not that bad, but if I can't get the electrical system to work, none of that other stuff matters that much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to convert this to 12 volt, just because it'll simplify things for myself and my operation here. Yes, I understand that the 6 volt system probably will be just fine, but just do that to your tractor. I'm converting mine to 12 volts. That's just how it is. So what I've got to do, I've got a battery. I've got a non-external resistor 12 volt coil here. I got a new on-off switch. So I got everything I need to hopefully at least get a little spark in this thing step. Now, as you'll notice too, starter's missing. I was able to locate the starter. Good for me. Now when I picked this up, guys, I got a box of parts and this starter was in the box. Yeah. I'm guessing somebody took it off for a reason, but we're gonna put it back on just to see. Ugh. And as we get that right out of the way, get the starter on the tractor. So yeah, we'll get the starter put back in. Hook up a little energy to it, see if it'll roll over. Hey guys, it sure is encouraging to come outside and hear birds chirping and the sun shining, rather than the wind blowing and the snow growing. All right, so starter's back in. All right, let's get a cable up on here. Okay, now let me go ahead and locate a ground cable. There is not one on here, but I think I got one over here. Okay, I was able to find one. Now here's a fun fact. I could be really reaching out into the realms of nothingness here. This ground cable was hanging on the wall of my pole barn since before I bought the house. This tractor came from this place. You suppose maybe once upon a time this was, hey, it's a reach, but I mean, hey, anything's possible. Alrighty guys, next thing on the list, if I were a smarter man, I would have thought of this before, but I'm not, so battery might be in the way, but I gotta find a place for this short little ground cable to go. I think for the time being, I'm just gonna put it on this pedestal bolt here. It's close by. I can run it underneath so it really isn't noticeable for the, if I can get a wrench in there without having to take the battery back out again. I got a nut on the bottom, of course, because that's how she goes. That's the way she goes, boys. Okay, well, is that ideal? No, buddy, there's the guy shooting the video. So, all right, so I got a battery, a ground, a starter. Let's see if this old girl will roll. Yes, and the hydraulics work. I like it. All right, there's one problem down. Let's get on to the next. I would say for the most part, I'm just happy that the starter actually works. I was kind of afraid that was going to be more of a problem, but hey, whatever. So now let's get on to the electrical side of things here. Okay, so took the cap and rotor off. You got a small mud dauber nest underneath the cap. Terrific, terrific. For the most part, I'll be darned. Would you look at that? That looks like a very old IH code on there. I'm sure it's not original, but that's still pretty cool. I kind of like that. distributor cap. Got the other half of the mud dauber nest in there. This was kind of interesting too. The insectos have really made a... There. They've really... Oh, geez, there's one way down in there too. There. That ain't bad. We'll just send those little critters right directly back to hell where they belong. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and pull the hood right off this thing. Get it out of the way. One less thing on the road. There. I hate them things. Fluffy, you can do it. You can do it. Nope, give up. Don't blame you. All right, guys, let's do this. Let's get this insects cleaned out of my cap here. Okay, new cap and rotor for this is going to be a necessity again, but like I say, I want to just see exactly what I've got and what I'm working with here before I get crazy buying a bunch of parts for this thing. There. Cap's got some notches in it, so it's not impossible to screw up, but hard to screw up. Now, let's get this coil right out of here. We're going to put the 12-volt coil in it. There. Okay, here's that. All right, that's better. Okay guys, so this morning easy. This morning I went up to my trusty auto parts house. I got myself some wire, some switch, a couple of ends. This is pretty simple. I'm going to run from hot, on-off switch, hot side of that coil. Should do everything I need it to do, hopefully. What a nifty little switch. I like it. Okay, now I got to figure out what I need for wire lengths. I've only got 12 feet of wire to work with, so I can't get real crazy here. Got to conserve. We'll get the business end on here. Put my switcheroo. The important part, guys, is to make sure that it's absolutely behind everything. So that way when it shorts out, when it gets hot, you have no chance of pulling anything out of there before it all catches fire. Okay, guys, so I got hot wire, switch to hot, you know, all professional like. Let's see if this thing's got any spark whatsoever. Let me go grab an old spark plug or a new spark plug. That sun's really shining. Let me shut the door. Maybe if we get it a little darker in here, I'll be able to see if there's actual sparks coming off of this thing or not. I don't know about you guys, but I think I saw a spark there. Let's lower this down. Let's get up here. Come on, stay where I put you, why don't you? Real close and personal here. All right, let's try that once more. Oh yeah, there's spark coming off of that thing. Switch off. Nothing. By golly, it works. All right, guys. she's got spark, she'll bark. Now comes the more other side of the fun. As before, I mentioned the starter was not on this tractor when I picked it up. Neither was the carburetor. I got lucky. We put the starter on, it turns the engine over. I did not get so lucky on the carburetor. I got lucky enough as to where we did find the original carburetor, sand and all, for this unit. The problem, I noticed the linkage was missing too. We were able to dig up the linkage. See right there? She's broke. That's not the end of the world there. I mean, a guy could solder that back on or take this off, put a dab of weld on it, whatever. Probably be fine. Got your original carburetor. Things are great. But I didn't know that when I first acquired this tractor. So, guys, unfortunately, I went ahead and did this. I don't even know if this is going to work or not. It said it would work, but maybe it won't work, and I don't know, but we're going to try it and find out. I went and got one of these Kung Fu-berators from Amazon for $47. I think the rebuild kit for this one's more than $47, but I mean, the bolt holes are the same. There's the fuel inlet's the same. There's a couple differences, but I almost feel like long and short process, this carburetor will probably work just fine. It definitely won't be original, and this one's definitely not going to be thrown away. I will be hanging on to it, but for all intents and purposes today, the Kung Fu-berator is going to go on. Then we have to figure out the fuel system. That's where things are going to get fun. I just have a feeling. Alright, so first things first, let me get this linkage put on here. Now guys, I've bought these Kung Fu-berators before, and I've had pretty darn good luck with them. For 47, I don't think I paid more than 50 bucks for any of them. Hell, I got one on my dump truck out there. The knockoff, 2300 Ford carburetor. It works pretty darn good. So, like I said, for all intensive, practical, whatever purposes, this is going to be on here. It's probably going to do the job. And again, I'll have the old one, so if something should go awry, I still have the original. At some point in time here, I want to hear this run today first, so none of this nonsense is going to get hooked up. But at some point in time here in the future, this is real easy to swap this off with a one-wire GM alternator, and you have bingo, your 12-volt conversion, she's done. Everything is as it should be. Let's see. No, that don't quite line up right, but it'll actually be fine for today. Look at this, guys. They even gave you this cute little fuel line holder. I like it. Good enough for who it's for. 3 different gaskets. I guess you got a few chances to screw up, or maybe you're supposed to put all 3 on to make the difference. I don't know the answers to these questions, but I'm just going to go ahead and do whatever I feel is the right answer. Kind of hope for the best. Go ahead and tighten this down here. Okay, that's that. Now, did I want to hook the choke cable up while the tractor car? Yep, I should have. Didn't, should have. Oh well. I mean, guys, the kit ain't perfect, okay? Well, I sure hope this thing runs, guys, because I can't wait to paint it and put new tires on it. This is going to be fun. All right, so here's that. We'll get him out of the way for the time being. Now, as for my choke, there. All right, so we got choke now. That's better. Kung Fu-berator installed. Now my next kerfunkel I've got here, the original, this is a 5/16 line with a compression ferrule on it, which is fine. It's also the same thing that's up here, which is also fine. The downside is the Kung Fu-berator 1/4-inch tube fitting on here, and so that's going to be a problem. But I think I'm going to get around that easy enough. If I just give this line a little snip here, get that there, that there, couple clamps. There, all right, there's that. Now, so I got choke, I got throttle, I got carburetor, I need some gas. And guys, I've already peeked down the tank here, and I don't know if they galvanize these tanks from the factory or what, but this thing is, there's no rust. I can't believe it. I expected the inside of this tank to look like hell, but it really doesn't. So, hey, that's a good thing. We'll take that. Let me get something. We'll get this oil draining out of here. If anything comes out of here. Oh, nothing. Is that? No, there we go. That's, ugh. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's real bad. Okay. Let's see what kind of mess awaits us in here. Oh, yeah. That is just fancy clean. Ouch. Let's get this out of here if we can. Okay, got it. That wasn't so bad. Oh, look at that, guys. That is looking real bad. Get him down in there. That don't look too bad. All right. Tighten that down, get some oil in this thing, and see what she says. I'm fairly certain the petcock over here for checking the oil level has got crust on the inside of it, and will absolutely not tell me if it's got enough in it or not. So all I can do is hope that it does. Let's put some gas in. Well, what do you say, guys? Should we give it a shot? Might as well. Fire in the hole. No. That's why. 1, 2, 3. Well, the Kung Fu burrito might have been poorly adjusted right out of the box. That's possible. Let's try it again. Alright guys, well, you know, we haven't lost the battle yet. She does have a fart and a snort here and there. I think maybe the next thing I'm going to do is pull these spark plugs. Maybe we'll change them, clean them. We'll see what they look like. I'll run a compression test on each hole and see if it's at least got a little bit of compression. Then we'll try it again. Little spark knockers can tell us here. That one looks amazing. Look at that. Here we are. Look at that. Perfectly tan. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that one, so I'll put him right back in the hole. No, I won't. I want to check this for compression, so I'm not going to do that just yet. Let's get the rest of them out. All right, next thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to take my little quickie cheapy tester here and see if I got any compression in either of these. So make sure I'm turned off. No compression. Okay, got compression in number 2. Nothing. So, I've got compression in one cylinder. That is probably the only cylinder that I hear firing. So, my guess is that these valves are probably stuck. That'd be my guess. I think even if the rings were completely broken at this time, I'd still have like maybe 5, but I mean there is 0. So that's just telling me that there's valves that are open. And I need to fix that problem before I can do anything else. I'm gonna say, let's just zap this. We'll zap this cover off of here and see what is or isn't happening. And my guess is I got valves stuck everywhere. But we'll find out. Oh, well, that one definitely. I can see some problems here already, friends. Let me bring you around side here. Okay. That shut number 1 down right away. Number 2 still works. Number 3 don't work, and number 4 don't work. There's a fair amount of rust on top of these valves, so, well, I figured that problem out. Now, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna go about getting them loosened up. This is probably not gonna do me any favors, but again, can't hurt any. I swear, guys, I keep the people at Liquid wrenching the job. I'm just going to tap these kind of light. See if I can get them to loosen up any. Okay, well, they're going down. That's half the battle. Okay. Well, I think I got 2 cylinders that'll fire now. Which is exactly twice as many as I had before. Okay, what am I going to do about these guys? They really don't want to go. And now I've compressed them down there completely. I mean, I'll pop the valve keepers off if I have to. That's no big deal. Oh, there we go. Hey. Hey. Well, how about that? Let's exercise that valve a little bit more now. I think that one's going to work. Yeah, okay. Well, that probably got lucky there, but that might work. Now, if I can just get this last one loosen up for me. Come on, you. You know you want to. Okay, guys, I think I found the tool. Nothing like a big old crow's foot tire bead breaker. There, got it up. Now let's see if we can just work it a little bit. Maybe it'll loosen up and I can fire this baby up yet today. All right, let's see. Just work it down and work it back up a little bit. Oop. better than it was. Let's keep working it. My faith is not lost yet. Hey, look at that. That's a step in the right direction. Okay, guys, by golly. Now, understandable. If this thing might need a little bit of extensive engine work at some point in the near future here, but she ain't gonna be running in the fields every day, so. All right. Oh, still a little snug. Come on. I think that's good enough to hold compression. All right, come on, you. By golly, I think that's the ticket, guys. I think that's the ticket. You. Get rid of these tools. Give it a shot. Well, guys, what do you know about that? I got oil pressure. It doesn't run in great, but it isn't running too bad. I think if the oil bath air cleaner were back on it, it might smooth out some of that surging. But yeah, chances are good. The governor weights, or however the governor works, it probably just needs to be run. That's all there really is to it. But by golly, makes my whole day. That little bugger took right off. Well, I think, guys, on that note, that's going to do it for me today. Nothing more I can do to that right now. But stay tuned. There's going to be plenty more to come. I feel like there's a paint job in my future, because that's what I do. So stay tuned. We still got a few more things to do. I got to find an alternator for it yet, and some other various things. And well, 4 tires. That's going to become real important. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching today. I feel like my uncle would be really proud that he got his old tractor running again and it's back on the farm where it came from. So, like I said, stay tuned, guys. Plenty more to come on that one. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you next time.
Here I come.